Wow. We just finished The Last Airbender by M. Night Shyamalan. And I just gotta say, great movie. What'd you guys think?
There's 2 hours now of my life, about roughly, that I will never get back, that were pure disappointment.
What would you say, Steve?
I think Nick summed it up pretty well. Maybe my summary wouldn't be quite as harsh, but yeah, that was a disservice for the most part.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm
to ourselves.
All right. Well, I'm Andrew Seelig.
I'm Nicholas Pisconti.
I'm Stephen Dwyer.
And this is SOS Cinema. So we watched Last Airbender, like I just said. And you know what? I picked it because I thought, you know what? It's probably gonna be one of those like fun movies because like I heard it was really bad. But it turns out to just be one of those bad movies that's just not fun at all. It's just like, all right, it's just bad. Like, why am I watching this?
It's just everything about it.
Yeah, there's no saving grace, I'd say. The acting was pretty subpar.
It looked like they were reading off cue cards the entire time. Like, they didn't even have, like, any... It was just completely monotone the entire time.
Yeah.
It was like, the Fire Nation's coming. It's like, okay, I will fight them.
Their bending skills were also pretty terrible to see on screen, too. It took, like, 10 minutes for like one little pebble to get lifted by 4 people.
That bothered me, but I also kind of liked it because it was like he tried to make it more realistic where like he had to put more effort in to do bigger things.
Yeah, but at the same time, it took 4 people to like lift a pebble, and that one dude blocked a fire thing with like a huge wall of rock.
That was ridiculous.
So
but it was literally 5 guys all doing like a coordinated dance. And then they just throw like a medium rock.
A rock the size of a basketball. And the guy just blocks it real quick like nothing happened. You know? I mean, I thought some things about this movie were pretty nice. I think the scenery, for the most part, like the cinematography, like in terms of it just being like the Arctic to start, looked pretty beautiful.
Yeah, some cool sets.
The like the Earth Kingdom, it was like a desert kind of thing.
I just didn't like how they brushed over everything for the most part.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of plot holes. Like we're led to believe that they can't bend without their element in front of them. And then Uncle Euro, I guess they call him in this one.
Uncle Greek Euro sandwich.
Can apparently just bend on his own and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, they don't really show... Like, it's not as fun as the other one where like they can just... you know, bend water whenever they want, or bend fire, like just create fire.
Yeah.
This one, like they have to have a fire near them. What's the point of that?
And just with the acting, like the whole time they're just so dry and like without any emotion or like personality.
Yeah, it's
like,
really terrible.
Like Aang was in the cartoon. Aang's like a charismatic, like fun-loving kid.
Yeah.
This dude, he's just like. I mean, I do remember when they were making this movie, they like picked some kid who was a karate tournament champion, not an actor.
See, that would probably do it.
Yeah, like a 10-year-old who's never acted before. Cut him some slack, I guess. Might not be the best at acting, but like
for someone that's never acted before, actually, that's pretty good acting.
Really?
I mean, better than some like of high school plays that they put on. You know,
I do think that Ong's bending was kind of cool. I think that. The moves that he was doing was pretty cool for the most part.
I think it was cool because it was like karate moves though, but I also don't think they lined up with the way that the
CGI was a little like weird.
Yeah,
for sure.
I bet they used like the actual like form like kung fu or karate styles that like they based the real show off of.
Right.
Yeah.
And like people, that's so like that part's cool.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how the characters were like very dry. They had zero comic relief from this movie at all. They took themselves so seriously.
Like, Sokka played by
Sokka. It was called Sokka.
Oh yeah, Sokka. My bad. What was he plays Jasper in Twilight. One of the Cullen children.
I didn't realize he was in Twilight. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Kind of plays the same guy who just like doesn't have a character.
Is he like equally as bad as acting in that one? Or at acting?
It's not great.
Okay.
Yeah, Twilight's the bomb, though.
I will say, though, it kind of like, this had to have been a big knock on M. Night Shyamalan's like career as a director and writer in general. because you go from this, and then he also makes movies like The Sixth Sense and Split.
The Village.
And it's like, how do you even compare
some great movies?
Like, how do you compare this to those? You can't. And it's like, how did he produce something so terrible? You have to wonder.
He just took something that's like so amazing and completely butchered it.
Yeah.
He just crammed. I mean, honestly, he just crammed so much stuff into one. Like, because the original season 1 of the Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm pretty sure I have it right here. It's like, I think 22 episodes.
Yeah. It's a lot of screen time.
Yeah,
I squeeze into an hour and 45 minutes.
I think one of the main attractions to The Last Airbender is not necessarily the whole overall plot, but they have like these different side plots where they stop at these individual villages, kind of meet the character. You learn the lore, get some characterization.
You get a character arc being built.
And like they made the show so that every episode was just like it followed the plot and the story, but they're also all like standalone episodes that you could just watch.
Yeah,
totally.
That would be great.
They had the Kyoshi Warriors, they had Jet.
Yeah, they left out the Jet and the Kyoshi Warriors. The movie.
Debatably 2 of like the sickest scenes in the show too for that first season.
Kinda, yeah. They left out the pirates.
Yeah.
Although they do have the waterbending scroll.
True.
King Omashu.
That? Yeah, that was season 1.
It's also kind of interesting too. We were saying earlier that
it was.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny how a lot of the plot and background they tried to fill in was like just randomly put in. Like Aang was like, "Yeah, I got my tattoos because I like to meditate and some other stuff, and we get them when we meditate." And then just starts meditating, and it was at a random ass point in the storyline of the movie.
He like explains to the audience. By the way, I'm gonna meditate right now, so like this like works for the lore. Okay, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're all good.
We're all good. All right,
wait. I'm gonna sit down here for a second. And then like 20 seconds into meditating, Katara is she called Katara in this movie? I think she might be.
I think she's the only one that has the same name.
She goes, Aang, I need you. Aang, I need you. Like, I'm so glad you came back. Well, it's like he's like, hey, Katara, I'm meditating. Would you relax a little bit? Like, I clicked on the Avatar episode. I was looking at the different episodes for.
Okay.
But
I wonder if this was one of those movies too that when the actors in the film were like finished filming, they were like, "Wow, this was complete shit. I'm really not looking forward for it to go to box office."
Going to the premiere, you're the only ones there.
Either that,
no, there was like hype around the movie when it was being made.
Really?
Like it was. I mean, I think like we were kids. It was fresh off the show.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, it's either that or they thought it'd be like the next like Lord of the Rings, and like 3 or 4 movies coming to this. And they'd be like, stars. The next like Twilight, big break. I don't think any of those actors made it in the real world, into Hollywood after this.
Probably not. I haven't seen them. Actually, no, that's not true. Firelord Ozai and the General are both pretty big actors. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, good for them.
Okay, yeah. I think I recognize General Zhao.
Yeah,
Did you say that?
But I'm gonna hit you with some surprising fact. It was a surprising fact right now. Ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, guess how much? Don't look this up. Guess how much the budget of this movie was.
165 million.
Close. What's your guess?
He's close. I'm gonna go with 300 million.
All right, 150 million is the budget. Guess how much the box office was?
500 million.
1 million.
319.7 million. So they over doubled the budget. So commercially,
they made money on this shit?
commercially great success.
They had the hype.
They had all the hype.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
The financial guys.
That's despicable.
The creative directors, you guys fucked up.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if it was actually a good movie, they could have 3 of these, but they only had 1, because no one would have saw the second one.
Yeah, I love how they set up the sequel at the end. When after having watched that entire movie, there was no chance of a sequel.
You want to hear something crazy I just looked up? You know Katara, the actress?
Yeah, she's in other stuff. I recognize her.
Yeah, she's in The Duff. She's like the main
Duff?
the main character in it.
I haven't seen that.
What's the Dove?
The Duff.
The Duff?
The dumb, ugly, fat friend.
She's also in Parenthood.
Is that what the Duff stands for, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So mean.
What a meanie.
Yeah, but just how like Katara's character, we're seeing how Aang was narrating his meditating a little bit. Katara narrated the entire story, to bypass actual showing stuff.
Oh yeah, the way they sneak in exposition in this movie is hilarious.
And they got to the
when Zuko and Iroh are in that like Earth Kingdom Village Tavern. He's like, "Hey boy, come over here. Do you know the story of the Fire Lord's son?"
Yeah, they just like they had no other way to just like
Yeah,
bring
just
it
like,
up.
"Hey kid, tell me this story that is about me."
Like super private. I'm like the son of like the Fire Lord, but come over here and tell the story.
I also lied, by the way. Apparently, she's Katara in the cartoon.
No, she's not.
It says 3 seasons.
No, you're looking at the wrong thing.
You sure, man?
That's not her. That's not the actor. That looks nothing like her.
That's why I said I think she's the actor in the cartoon. Because it says Avatar The Last Airbender, seasons 3. And she's Katara.
They're different people. The actor,
The voice
and
actor
the voice are
and the
different.
actor from this movie.
You're
I
looking at the,
understand that.
Yeah, what are you saying?
She's a voice actor in the cartoon.
who's she? Who was the voice actor in the cartoon?
Mae Whitman, the girl from The Duff.
Oh, the Dove. Okay, I think you meant that. Yeah, okay. So,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
so the
yeah.
actor
So
who
the
plays
voice
Katara-
actor-
The
Actors in The
actress that was on screen in the
Yeah.
live action is not
No.
that girl. I
No.
got that confused, but yes.
Yeah, another thing with Katara narrating the plot is when they go to the I think it was the Northern Water tribe, and she just like explains like my brother and what's the princess's name, Rue or something. I don't even know.
I forget.
The moon spirit. They fall in love.
UA?
UA. Like my brother Sokka and UA became close very fast. They didn't even show them becoming close. They say, "Oh yeah, they're friends now."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had to squeeze it all in. It felt like the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, honestly, really did. That was a good point. But I don't know. I just think this movie was. They just missed the what made the show special, and that was
Mm-hmm.
the side quests and just overall like learning about the cool world that was the Avatar world and stuff.
In the journey.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, even Aang's backstory in this wasn't even that substantial. I mean, you don't really get attached to any of the characters. And I feel like in the cartoon, that was a big thing too. You kind of got like attached to the characters while watching it. And that was like half the reason to see what happens in the show.
Yeah, and like one of the best parts of the show is the animals.
Yeah.
Appa and Momo are the most like lovable characters. In the movie, they're gross. Like
They show Momo for like a second. They don't even
Yeah.
say it's Momo. And then Appa just looks horrifying looking, for sure.
yeah, it looks nothing like actual Appa.
I'm pissed about it.
did you know like the creators of Avatar designed Appa after a manatee?
I can see that. He was like very manatee-like.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the
the
tail.
way the way he floats in the air is the way like manatees swim.
Oh, that's pretty cool. They use their tails, I'm guessing, for swimming.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Pretty neat.
I love manatees.
Manatees are pretty dope.
Sea cows.
Can't you pat them too? Like they're pretty friendly.
Oh, they're super friendly. Like down in Florida, you can swim in like the rivers sometimes, as long as there's no gators or snakes.
Yeah,
And but a manatee will just swim up to you.
that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I wonder
Apparently they're not that smart. Sorry. to cut
Oh,
you
I
off.
was gonna ask. I wonder what's smarter, like them or dolphins? So they're not smart apparently.
No,
Yeah,
because
no,
apparently they
that's
go
why
up to
they
like
do-
boat motors and they like cut themselves on it because
Yeah.
they don't know what it is, and they like, I don't know why they
Their
go up to
eyesight
it, but
might
they
be
like
really
it.
shit too.
Yeah.
They don't like getting hurt. Obviously, they like the like spinning motion of it, and they go up and they get hurt.
Well, their like instincts probably tell them, oh, it's a fish flopping around. We get a quick like dinner.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Manatees are herbivores, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's funny how like herbivores generally are not as smart as omnivores. Like think about like your pets are all, omnivore.
Omnivores, yeah.
What's the meat eater?
Carnivore.
Carnivores, because like cats, dogs, dolphins are smart. They're carnivores. Like birds.
Wait, dogs are carnivores? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've kind of like not
Elephants are. I think elephants are one of the smart ones that are not.
Really. Are they omnivores? They're herbivores. Elephants.
Elephants
I
are
feel like
herbivores. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Like if you-
eating bugs and stuff not considered being an omnivore? You
I
gotta
guess
eat,
it's part omnivore. Yeah, I didn't know they
Yeah.
eat bugs. I guess they eat indirectly because they eat leaves with bugs
Yeah.
on them. But yeah, it's funny. Like you can't. Like, are there any pets that are good that are herbivores? I guess there's bunnies, but like I feel like they're not that good pets.
I feel like bunnies aren't intelligent, right?
No.
Yeah.
Are not. I guess they're just kind of cute and fluffy.
I find it really interesting. I looked up because we have like a ton of bunnies where we live, and they're always in the backyard just hopping around doing
Yeah,
cute little bunny
Same.
things.
They're always in my yard.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love watching them.
They used
They
to
have
be rare.
babies under my porch.
Really?
Yeah, every year.
Bunny rabbit. It's pretty cool.
But yeah, apparently they only live 15 months, and that's on like the long end.
In the wild, word.
Yeah, so that's like a little bit over a year.
I think I heard some people